So, hey, butterfly. Anyway, after my recent camping trip with Peace in the Wild and sleeping in my comfortable camping tent on a cot with a foam mattress, I came up with the bright idea to go backpacking with my camping stuff. So right now I have my big 6 foot tall 4-person tent in the backpack and my cot. My backpack weighs about 35 pounds right now. And I'm carrying my 10-pound foam mattress. So 45 pounds total. Well, actually, I didn't even weigh this bag. I'd say about 47. There's food in there, snacks, Anyway, trying to hurry up and get there before it rains again, if it does. Because the way my camping tent works, you have to set it up before it rains because there's no fly first pitch. So we'll see. Half a mile in, I'm feeling it. I don't know how people do it with all that weight. My first backpacking trip, actually, I carried somewhere between 40 and 50 pounds. And I said I'd never do that again. Here I am, doing it again. Hopefully a good campsite comes up soon, though. I don't intend to do the entire loop. So my Insta360 X5 did not record audio for this part for some reason. So here I am. I've found the campsite. I'm going to put my bag down on top of these rocks. Doom. And then we cut to the tent setup, time lapse. Tent setup, time lapse. Tent setup, time lapse. Tent setup, time lapse. Everybody. Are y'all singing? Y'all know the words. Don't worry about it. It's almost over anyway. Tent setup, time. Hot. All right. Tent set up. Got the cot set up. Got my sleeping bag or quilt. And my pillow set up. Ain't much else in there other than my rest of my stuff. So yeah, about to relax around camp. Sit next to the river and chill out. Oh, actually, before I chill out, I got one thing. See my tarp? See how it's sticking out on the bottom? Tarp, footprint, whatever you call it. That's a no-no, and I'll tell you why. I see a lot of campers with their tarps sticking out beyond the tent. I think mostly because they want a place to stand before they enter the tent. But you don't want to do that because if it rains, the water will come down and land on that tarp and run under your tent. And then your whole tent will be sitting on a pool of water instead of the water running off and going to the ground. So you want your tarp, footprint, whatever, to be the size of the tent or slightly smaller, preferably slightly smaller. I'm gonna roll that under and tuck it up under there so it's not sticking out like that. So if it does rain, it won't catch it. Cool. All right, there. So no more peekaboo footprint tarp or whatever. Yeah, like I said, you don't want the rain to land on it and run up under the tent because it'll just sit there. And depending on the material of the floor of your tent, it might soak through. And you don't want that because we all know waterproof materials aren't really waterproof. Most of them. Anyway, let's go chill by the river. right, so I get out here and I got everything set up, and I go to send my friend a message saying that I'm all right, and no battery. That's all right. I have an iPhone, so I was able to send a message using that, but I also have my battery backup so I can charge this sucker because I prefer this. It also has that SOS functionality, you know? And I don't have to sit around and like hunt for a satellite like I do with the iPhone. So let me get this charged up just in case. So it's on, it's charging, but that sucker is 2 hours behind. I'm guessing because the last time I used it was at Yellowstone National Park. So it should update itself whenever it catches a connection to a satellite. I'll leave it to charge and we'll go from there. Stay. Okay, good. My bad. Should have checked the battery before I left home. And I should have turned it on to make sure that, everything was good to go. It actually says that when it boots up. It tells you to check it before using it out in the field or whatever. That's not the exact message, but you get what I'm saying. But I have a backup plan. So there's that. And I'm only like not even 2 miles from the car. That's a quick little jog if I need to get up out of here. So I'll be fine. I definitely do more prep work when it's a bigger or more strenuous journey. Don't do what I do. Do what's best for you. How about that? So the mosquitoes are out here, and I got on shorts with no tights. Trying to put on some more bug wipes, bars. I use these Naturapel bug wipes. They have Bacardin, same as that Sawyer lotion that's pretty popular. I think the Sawyer lotion might last a little bit longer for me, but these are good when I'm trying to like save weight. I usually carry about 2 of these per day, and like apply a second one like halfway through the day. But yeah, it's cool. When y'all be hiking, stop waiting until you feel hungry to eat. I think that's a bad idea. I think you should eat as you hike. Keep your fuel coming in, keep your energy up. Don't wait until your body's depleted to start trying to feed it. Bars. Because sometimes it's hard to recover once that hunger hits you. Like you're gonna have to like sit down, stop, take a break, all that. But if you like fueling yourself as you go, the chances of that happening are less likely. That's what I like to do. You don't have to take my word for it though. See, it caught a signal on now. It's on the correct time. So just let it chill right there and charge it. Hope that wasn't too much water. Shed 12 ounces. Sometimes I'll do a little bit less. I did not this time. Looks like I should have, but we'll see. And it says let it sit for 5 minutes. I'll probably do 10. All right, last tip before I eat my food and chill out for the evening. See my tent, see my food. Try to cook and eat downwind of your tent. That way the wind doesn't blow the scent of the food onto your tent and attract animals to your tent. Also, make sure you store your food away from your tent. See that bag I have over there? This is a grizzly bear proof certified bag. So, they try to tell you when you hang your food to hang it, don't quote me on this, but what, 10, 12 feet from the ground and 6 feet, I think, from the tree, because black bears are good climbers. Tell me if you see a good branch for that here. And you gotta think about the weight of your food bag. Maybe that one, but if I had like a full food bag, like 4 or 5 days worth of food, might be too heavy for that. And it's not in the best location for me to throw a line up there. So where this comes in is, like I said, it's grizzly bear proof, so black bear proof as well. I'm in a black bear area. And you just tie it up to a tree and they won't be able to get into the food. They'll probably still smell it and they could probably still crush your food, but they won't be able to get to it. And in an emergency situation, you'll still have some custom oatmeal to eat. So yeah, it gets the job done, especially in a place like this where it's hard to find a good branch to hang a food bag anyway. And also comes in handy since this is a national forest area. And a lot of national forests, well, the ones that I've been to, they don't have food storage areas, like food hanging areas like in the backcountry in Yellowstone, or food storage lockers like in some of the front country areas. So you got to be able to store your food properly even without them providing ways for you to do it. So study up on that stuff and practice it before you actually go out into the wilderness. You don't want to get out somewhere and realize, oh, I can't store my food properly, and then you take the chance of keeping it in your tent. Don't want that to happen. My bad. I was about 4 or 5 bites in and I realized I didn't tell y'all what I'm eating. Mountain House chicken fried rice. I know some of y'all here just for the food. Not for the water, not for me. Just the food. That's fine. You enjoy the outdoors whatever way feels best for you. After I eat, I'm going in that tent. These bugs out here crazy. I'm gonna watch The Last Dragon. I got it on my phone. I might come back out later, see if I can see some stars, because the clouds are clearing up. And hopefully it's dark enough to see a bunch of stars. And I got the tent, my door for my tent aimed in the direction of this clearing, so we'll see. All right, done eating, and I'm out of water, so I gotta get some more. And that's where the filter comes in. This is the Sawyer Squeeze filter, for those who don't know, and it fits right on this bottle. Right on this bottle. I don't want to over tighten it because you don't want to break it. But ta-da! And this cool thing about this bottle is it has two openings. You saw the opening where I put the filter on top. But you can also open it here and collect water. It has a seal, so when you close it up, the dirty water doesn't leak out while you're drinking, you know? So let's go get some water. All right, water collection spots. If you can, get somewhere where the water is moving fairly fast. If you notice, the slower areas, more moss, probably more dirts and dirts. Yeah, more dirts and bugs too. So try to go somewhere where the water is moving fairly fast. Actually, I went further up. The water is moving a little bit faster here, and have a better spot where I can squat and catch the water without getting my feet wet. That's the goal. This water is cold, in case you didn't know. Bars. Y'all tired of me rapping yet? Ooh, actually up there is better. Let's go up there. All right, let me show you how this bag is tied up for food storage before I get in the tent. It's just getting dark. So yeah, you pull the drawstrings tight to like cinch the bag down, and you put a knot at the opening so they can't like pull the bag open. And then you find a tree with a Y, some branches, you know, one that's strong enough to where they can't break the branch and take the bag. And you tie it in that gap and put a knot there. They say square knot. So, like I said, they can come and tug at it, bite it, do all that, but they're not getting the food. I hope they don't crush the food though. And as you can see, it's a good solid distance away from camp. You kind of want it further than that, but I've camped out here a few times. The bear activity, in my experience, isn't heavy. I've seen tracks once. I seen one bear years ago, but it was on like the backside of the loop. But yeah, doesn't matter. Proper storage, and even if they come around, they won't stay around because they can't get to the food. All right, it's 9:30. Eyes tired. And I'm about to go to sleep. So yeah, good night. Oh, it's 3 claps, right? Morning. It is, what time is it? I don't know what time it is. 7 o'clock in the morning. Packing up. All I got left is the tent back there. I'm gonna try and go over to Looking Glass Falls, see if I can catch it before it gets too crowded. Let me show you something real quick. Last night, I came out of the tent and stepped knee deep into a hole. That's crazy. Anyway, let's get this tent packed up so we can go. Food bag's still there. Doesn't look like anything messed with it either. The only downside that I'm seeing for these types of food bags is undoing the knots when it gets cold. We'll see though. Alright. Camp's mostly packed up. Once I put this food bag in my backpack, I'm going to carry those 2 bags in my hands. Yesterday I only carried the foam mattress when I came in. I only carried that in my hands. Today I'm going to carry the tent as well. I don't feel like stuffing it in that bag again. And the hike isn't terribly long, so this will be my morning workout for my arms. Alright, let's get packed up and get going. All right, so, hold on. All right, can you see me now? I made it to Looking Glass Falls, and I got it all to myself. Look.